contracts. The process is the same. To do leasing contracts, to actually do product solicitations, to actually do service-based solicitations, the product is actually the same. The process is the same. So once you learn the process on how to provide the needs of the federal government, you can then turn around and apply that particular skill or that particular process over there to products, to services, and also to real estate. Now, if you are new to federal government contracting, I tell everyone who's coming into my contact area, to my sphere, I tell everyone to hesitate on real estate. Now, everybody jumps in here and want to get excited off of real estate because of the length of the actual contract opportunity. We understand that federal government contracts, especially when it comes for real estate, they can run anywhere between about 15 to 20 years. But the process actually takes longer. The leasing process simulation, the filling out of the paperwork, all of that process actually take longer for you to actually get in and actually execute and win federal government contracts. So because of the length of the process, I tell everyone to hesitate on getting started in the real estate realm until you actually learn how to submit and win federal government contracts versus products or anything like that. All right. So I see you, Damien. What's going on, man? Somebody said he's put it in his first submission. Good. Listen, Damien says he's putting in his first proposal. I've had 4 calls today of people that have been in this federal government contracting space, and they didn't realize the simple process on how to actually execute, on how to actually go in here and just actually submit. So we will take a look at, for those that are joining me live, especially on YouTube, man, we are going to take a look at what's out there and how we can actually understand what the federal government is looking for. The question on the table is, the real estate gives money in federal government contracts. The real estate gives great money in federal government contracts. Absolutely. All federal government contracts are lucrative. All federal government contracts are lucrative. So we teach you the process on how to actually get that without having to do the physical work. So because we are not doing the physical work, all federal government contracts are lucrative. All of them are lucrative. So we will touch on one today. So what I want to do on this quick live, man, I want to answer some of your questions too as well. And I want to actually show you a quick snapshot of what we're actually teaching in our upcoming workshop. So our workshop is going to start next week. It will be Wednesday, the 27th through Friday, the 29th. It starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time sharp, and we will end at 8 p.m. for the general admission. And the VIPs will get an additional hour until 9 to be able to ask questions, to see examples, because people want to actually see the process. If you have come to any of my event, workshops, or anything, you know that I pull all the curtains back. I show you my back end. I show you my processes, my system on how we are executing and winning these federal government contracts. I show you the receipts. I show you what I make each month from federal government contract to let you see the possibility and what is out there for you. So if you want to jump in and actually learn, in the description, I will pin it in the description, and also it's in the link in my bio, that you can actually register for our 3-day live virtual event that's coming up next week, the 27th through the 29th. In this workshop, you will learn the entire process. You would learn the skills and techniques on how to find federal government contracts, how to then look at them and understand what the federal government is actually requesting. And you will know how to properly price your proposal, how to put your proposal package together, and how to submit and win these federal government contracts. All right. So let's take a look, man. Let's take a look. I want to show you all too as well on how we actually look for the actual solicitations that's out there. Everybody know that we navigate and we use sam.gov. we use sam.gov in order for us to actually jump in and do our research. Sam.gov is a hub, man. Sam.gov is absolutely free. Absolutely free. There is no registration needed. Anyone could be able to jump onto sam.gov right now and actually see what the need of the federal government is. We show you that simple process. And listen, if you have questions, drop it in the chat. Let's discuss. Drop it in the chat if you have questions. I answer questions too as well as we're moving along. I'm trying a new layout, as you can see on TikTok. We're live on YouTube too as well. So we have this thing rocking. So let me see if I can answer some questions here that I see coming up. I put 10,000. E is saying that he put $10,000 a year, and that must have went in the first year plus 2 total years. So for those that are new to federal government contracting and how it actually lays out, when the federal government is asking you for a submittal, if a service-based contract is for multiple years, you have to complete the entire pricing sheet. That pricing sheet, or is sometimes referred to as the pricing schedule, you have to fulfill the entire pricing sheet. So for those that are rocking with me on YouTube, I will bring up a pricing sheet right now so we can actually see what a pricing sheet looks like. All right. So this right here, for those that are rocking with me, it's a actual pricing sheet or pricing schedule. All right. So you can see right there in bold letters. Now, I am not creating words. I am not using terminology that is not related to the federal government. I am actually breaking down what the federal government says so you can actually jump in and ask these questions too as well. So for all my TikTok fans that are rocking with me, if you want to see my screen, see what I'm sharing and all that, I highly encourage you to jump over to YouTube. My handle is the same on YouTube, FGC Simplified. You will be able to see my screen, to see what we're discussing, and you will be able to ask questions. And even if you want to jump on live and have a discussion with me, let's rock out and do it. Let's rock out and do it. All right. So keep tapping the screen. Show me your boy some love. Like, share the live. Let's rock win with it. So this, what you see right here, is what is called a pricing sheet or a pricing schedule. A pricing sheet or a pricing schedule. So when you are submitting your proposal, when you are letting the federal government know that I am able, my company is able to actually submit and execute on this actual solicitation, you have to complete the actual pricing sheet or pricing schedule. As you can see right here, and they lay it out before you. Let me make it a little bigger in case you got a little, glasses. Let me make it a little bigger so you can see exactly, boom, what we're talking about. All right. So the federal government is looking for building maintenance service. This is for a janitorial actual contract solicitation. Make it big so everybody could see. They are looking for janitorial services. So the federal government is breaking it down all the way down to exactly what they're looking for. They are looking for semi-weekly cleaning. Semi-weekly cleaning. Anybody in here understand what semi-weekly is? If you understand what semi-weekly is, drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat for me. Let me see what we're working with. Drop it in the chat. Semi-weekly. So weekly is once a week. So semi is on the hump day. Huh? Every 2 weeks? Every other week? There we go. Every other week. Semi-weekly. But then they also, for the restrooms, so the entire office building, they want semi-monthly cleaning right here. Semi-monthly cleaning. And then for the restrooms, they want the restrooms to have weekly cleaning service. Making it, I'm letting you know, this is how clear and concise the federal government will be when it comes to explaining and asking for a quote from you. On the main office building, they want that to be monthly cleaning service. And then on the main office building, once again, they want that to be semi-annual cleaning. So they give you the description of service and supplies that they actually want to be done. All right. Right over here, they have the CLIN. I have questions about this all the time. What does this actually mean when I'm looking at the pricing sheet? The CLIN, this simply stands for the client line item number. Client line item number. All right. So once again, for all those that are rocking with me on TikTok, if you want to see my screen, see what we're teaching and all that, come on, join us over at YouTube. You'll be able to see my screen, ask questions. And so for a hot minute, we're on here teaching. So you can actually take the information that I'm giving you, take action to be able to submit and win federal government contract. Remember, our 3-day virtual workshop is actually coming up next week, starting Wednesday through Friday. If you want to be in the room where I'll be able to hold your hand and teach you the process on how to execute and win these federal government contracts, make sure you register before next week because we're starting on Wednesday. All right. So the CLIN, CLIN stands for client line item number. So pay attention on the pricing sheet to the line item numbers. They want you to submit a price or a quote for every line item number that's on the actual pricing sheet or pricing schedule. If you do not follow the instructions of the federal government and provide them with that information, you are then not following instructions. So therefore, your proposal will not be complete. Listen, y'all need to step back. Y'all need to step back and think of this from a business aspect. Remember, the federal government is an actual business, and it wants to conduct and do business with other businesses as well. So if a business, think about you, put yourself in the place of the federal government. If I am a business and I'm reaching out to other businesses and I'm asking them, hey, can you provide me the price on what it will cost you to clean 2 pairs of shoes? How much would it cost me to do 2 pairs of shoes? And then you tell me that, hey, I'm going to give you 25 cents for the lace. 25 cents for the laces only. Does that make sense? Again, federal government contracting is very simple. It's just you providing the need of the federal government. It's just you providing the need of the federal government. So if they ask you for the total shoes, you just can't give them the price of the lace. So right here, they're asking for the client item number. So you need to fill out each client line item in order for your bid or your proposal to be complete. All right. So let's jump back over. Let me see if I can answer some questions here. Let me make sure I'm catching up with the questions. For my TikTok family, come on over to YouTube. Join us over there. You'll be able to see my screen, ask a question in real life. I bring it up on the screen so everybody can see it to make sure. Let's see what Damien got going on. All right, so Damien is asking, if a contractor says they're basing the evaluation criteria on the best value, how much profit would you put on top of it if you're paying yourself $8K? So Damien is asking pricing. So what the federal government is looking for, always keep this in your mind when you're dealing with a proposal or submitting a bid to the federal government. It's not only the lowest price that they take into evaluation. The federal government is looking for the best value for the best price. Now, once you attend our workshop, if you get in touch with us so we can teach you the process, we teach you how to do live market research actively today to know how much the pricing will be, to know how much profit you will put on top of it. So the short answer to answer your question, Damien, you have to know what the market is, the market value for that going supplies or services, to know how much profit to put on top of it. If you want to learn all of that, we include that inside of our training so you can know how to properly price your actual proposal or solicitation. All right. Let me see here. What else you saying? The order was technical, past performance, and price. Okay. So again, all of this information we are actually getting from our subcontractor. We got Dodson as how what's going on. Welcome. Let me see what you're asking here. T Long is in the building. Just joined. Did you say you're having a training next week? Yes, we're having a live virtual workshop next week from the 26th through the 29th, from 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you will see the link in the bio and on any of my videos, you can see how you can register for that workshop. That workshop starts at 6 p.m. on time. We are going to get you all the way through from learning how to find federal government contracts, how to understand what the federal government is asking for, and then how you can actually submit and win federal government contracts. If you want to actually learn the process and the system, tap in with the community. Click the link in the bio, click the link in the description. You can see how you can register to be part of that workshop to learn the process. All right. One more question here, and then we trug on. There is no incumbent, so that's why I can't figure out the price. So, Damien, you're going down the wrong path. Okay. We don't care who the incumbent was. We don't care what the price of this product or service was 4 to 5 years ago. We're not going to try to evaluate to know how much profit that we can get off of a contract by looking at past performance. We have to do market research today, because guess what's different from 5 to 6 years ago? The prices have changed. Inflation has gone up. All of that has actually changed when it comes to pricing. So you cannot base your price off of 4 or 5 years ago. All right. So tap in with us. Let us teach you the proper way to do it. All right. What's going on, Miss Iris in the building? I see you. Welcome. All right. So let's jump on back into it. We're discussing pricing today. How to understand pricing sheet, pricing schedules, and all that. For TikTok family, come on, join us over on YouTube. We're having a ball over on this side. All right. So let's jump back over. So back to the pricing sheet. When we're filling out the pricing sheet, we need to understand what they're asking for. So we can see that line item 1.1 is the main office building that they want to be conducted semi-weekly cleaning services. So when we reach out to our subcontractor, we have to make sure that they're quoting us for semi-weekly cleaning every other week. So as we can see here, that equates to about 104 times that subcontractor is going to go out to the facility to clean the main office building. If y'all see that, drop a fire emoji in the chat for me. Drop a fire emoji in the chat for me if I'm making sense when it comes to what the actual subcontractor is going to actually do. When we reach out for a quote, we have to make sure that we're covering every basis on our line items in order for us to actually do that. Iris said she sent the proposal 2 days ago. Listen, I love it when people take the information that we're providing and take action and come back and say, hey, I did it. I went ahead and I submitted based off of the information. You don't understand how far in advance you have taken just by doing that one action, by submitting your proposal. I have so many people have reached out to me saying that I have been registered inside of sam.gov. I've been looking at this for years, and yet I have never submitted a proposal. Great job to you, Ms. Iris. Let's rock. Let's go. So this is going to equate about 104 times a year that they're going to do semi-weekly cleaning. So the federal government wants to know what will be the price each. So we would need to get, once we get our quote from our subcontractor, we would need to know what is the unit cost. The unit cost is each service. So we need to know the price of one time for them to actually go out and perform the service. So simple basic math, okay? If they're doing semi-weekly cleaning twice a week, how many times? Again, I know it might sound rudimentary, but these are the questions and these are the things that we have to coach people on, and for them to understand what the federal government is asking for. If they're asking for semi-weekly cleaning, how many cleanings is that per month? Drop it in the chat for me. How many cleanings would that be per month? If you're trying to do the math. Let's say the subcontractor says that every time they go out to do this main building office cleaning, they are going to do it for $1,200 a month. $1,200 a month. And again, what we're showing you is how to accurately fill out this pricing sheet. How can we be relatable to the federal government to know how to actually do this? All right. So let's say they're going to do it for $1,200 a month, and they're doing it twice a week. All we need to do is divide the month by 4, so we can find out what it is to do for each. What it will be for each. That's how simple we find out this. And we will just fill out our pricing right here. And then we total it up for the unit price will be the price per one. You times that by 104. So we will get our total cost for the year, how much it will cost for them to do semi-weekly cleaning on this. And this price that we're putting on the pricing sheet will include our profit. Remember, what we're doing, we don't work for free. Yes, we are not doing the physical work, but we are providing a service to the federal government as well. And I think this is the part. Let me pause here and sit up on my soapbox just for a little bit, okay? I think this is the part that people miss, that what we do and how necessary we are to the federal government and to the community that we serve. There is a small business right now, a small janitorial business right now in your city and state that is on the brink of closing their doors because they don't have enough work in order to sustain their employees, to feed their family, and to also serve their community. So now that I have found this opportunity, that the federal government is looking for janitorial services in the city that you live in, I am now able to reach out to that local janitorial business. I'm able to reach out to that subcontractor, and I am now able to hire them to perform this federal government contract. And in doing, I am now injecting federal government funds back into that small business. So that small business can actually perform and live and feed their family. I think we need to have a mindset shift on what we're doing. Yes, we are making a profit off of it too. Yes, the federal government is winning because they are getting the products and services they need in order for them to keep the federal government moving. But the small business that we're hiring is also benefiting from it. So this is a win-win-win situation all the way around. And everyone that comes into my workshop, they come into my community, I let them think about that aspect, that we are now doing a service to small local business out there by giving them the revenue that they need in order for them to survive. All right, so let's jump back in. So they also need restroom. They want the restrooms to be clean as well, semi-weekly. So when the subcontractor goes out to actually fulfill the service that they're performing, they are going to do it They're going to do the main office building, and then they are going to do the restroom cleaning too at the same time. They're also going to do monthly cleaning on the building, and they're also going to do a biannual cleaning services on the building. And we can see that this is for 1 year. So the base year is for the current year that the actual contract has been awarded. That's what the base year stands for. The option year is the additional year. Then there is an option year 2, and then there is a option year 3 and an option year 4. So on the pricing sheet or pricing schedule, you can see right here that the federal government wants you to give a total for the base year plus all option years. Oh, great. Listen, my boy Donald is in the building, man. Donald's saying that this is a nice solicitation. Might want to look into this one. Donald is a specialty on products, but this is a service. So this is what I tell people all the time. On a service-based solicitation, one federal government contract has the potential to pay you residually for the next 5 years. So this is for 1 base year plus 4 option years. 4 option plus 1 base equals 5. 5 years, you can have a federal government contract for janitorial services that you would not be doing. Remember, the process that we teach, the process we teach in our system is considered the middleman process or the middleman strategy, meaning that we are between the federal government and that local small business that's depending on this work in order for their livelihood. So because we are connecting the two, we're connecting the need of the federal government to the expertise of a local small business, we are considered the middleman, the one in between. And again, we are able to earn an income from home without having to do the physical work because we don't have to go out to the facility. We don't have to actually go out and clean the facility. We don't have to hire any type of special equipment, no carpet cleaning or anything. I just need to find a local subcontractor or small business that has the expertise, has the know-how, and has the ability to fulfill what the federal government is needing. So when I ask for a quote, I need to fill out the entire sheet. So I would fill out for base year 1, option year 1, option year 2, option year 3, option year 4, and then give a total for the all 5 years right here. So I have the ability when it comes to this actual contract that we're walking through right now, I have the ability, once I reach out to the subcontractor and I get a quote, I can see that there's a possibility that this one contract that I'm working on could be for $500,000. This could be $500,000 for the actual year. All right. For the actual 5 years. 5 years. All right, let me see if I can answer some question, man. Let me see if I can answer some question. See what's going on in there. If y'all have questions, man, drop it in the chat. Let me take a look and see what's going on the TikTok. What city is this? Ghost. I can't tell you what city is it. If I tell you what city is it, everybody will flock on over there. But it is janitorial. I would show you there's janitorial services to be done in every city, in every state. Does inflation price need to be added in on the option years? There is a method to actually staying competitive, which we teach inside of our community. How much of that would you profit? Great questions. How do we calculate our profit? So we do the same thing. And I think I need to explain it so you understand how the process works. So in federal government contracting, the federal government does the same thing we teach our students and our clients to do. We teach you how to do active market research. We show you how to go out to the market actively to know how to actually know what profit you can actually do. I'm going to tell you right now, we don't look at historical data. We don't look at past performances of what other companies have done, because we know that the market has drastically changed from 2000, from even since 2019. Y'all know what happened, how the market has changed. So you can't go based off of past pricing. We show you how to actually accurately, in today's market, know what to actually profit on top of it. So everything John said, he just got a quote back for an IT job for $170K a year. Y'all, listen to the type of money. Listen to the type of money that the federal government is throwing around. $750,000 a year for IT. But you don't know what to put on top of it. This is where you have to act. See, this is where you need to learn from someone who is actively doing it and who has gone ahead of you, so you know how to actively price it. This is where y'all got to tap in with the community, man. This is where y'all got to tap into the workshop, so you can learn the process, learn the skills for yourself, so you can then apply it to any industry. Any industry. All right. I see you. Let me see what other questions we got. What other questions we got here? I got to set up a consultation with you. It's due October 8th. Correct. All right. So listen, in the link in my bio, in the link in the description, if you want to set up a consultation call, if you want to jump on the phone with me to understand the process, you can be able to tap in with me too as well. We show and teach. Listen, on a daily basis, I have calls, at least 5 to 6 calls with business owners and entrepreneurs who wants to understand how they can increase their top line revenue by now having the federal government as one of their largest customers. I teach entrepreneurs and business owners, people who want to get into federal government contracting. I teach you how to understand the need of the federal government and how you are able to fulfill that, especially the process and the way that we teach, without having to do the work. Without having to do the work. If that interests you, if you want to understand and learn that process, this is where I teach you. Come on and tap in with us to understand the process. All right. Man, Fabian, thank you so much, man. Fabian says that I'm dropping gems. I'm dropping gems. That's what his workshop was worth it. I see a lot of people in here who has come to our workshop. A lot of people have all sent me messages too as well, saying that, let me see, what I submitted for was $1 million over 4 years. Y'all hear me? Miss Iris just submitted on $1 million contract. If you don't understand or know what the federal government spends on federal government contracting for goods and services, do a little research. Do a little research. Just look into see government spending, government spend, to see what the federal government spends. We, in the month of July, we surpassed $9 trillion that the federal government had spent already in July. In July, they have spent $9 trillion. So the question I'm going to leave y'all with, the federal government is going to spend this money with or without you. They have billions of dollars set aside for small businesses like you and I in order for them to execute and get the goods and services that they need. Are you going to participate and help the federal government get their need? Or are you going to actually let somebody else get what the federal government is looking for? So the question is yours. The question is yours. The question is yours. All right. So, sorry about that. Question is yours, man. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? But we're out, man. We're out for the count. Tap in with me. Make sure you like and subscribe. Share this information with anybody that's out there that wanted to actually take their federal government contracting to the next level. So we'll be able to execute and win. Our goal is to come on at least once a week. I'm going to do some lives. I'm going to start doing more lives on YouTube so I can break down and help as much people as they can, because they have reached out to me so many times for look. So look in the description. I will have some information for our workshop that's coming up. Make sure that you tap in so you can learn this process so you can scale your business to the next level. All right. Coach is out, man. We're out.